Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and I want to talk about quite a bit in this video, but mainly on Microsoft and Phil Spencer doing a lot of good for PC gaming over the last few years. Phil Spencer actually just put out a statement defending no next-gen exclusives, which I think is incredible. It's not an idea that from a business standpoint that I necessarily agree with. We'll ultimately see how it pans out. I'm not always right about these things. Just logically thinking about how things have worked in the past, that necessarily isn't the best idea to sell the Xbox Series X, but who knows? Their business strategy might extend far beyond just a simple console, and I really think that's what we're looking at. However, circling back to the main point, Microsoft is a company that I think for a long time from a gaming standpoint, we were really done wrong as PC gamers by Microsoft. We remember games for Windows Live. I wasn't even really a PC gamer back then, but I've educated myself on the ongoings back then. And then you look at when Microsoft was getting back into PC gaming, Phil Spencer was originally making his first push with games like Gears of War Ultimate Edition and Quantum Break and titles like that. Absolute train wrecks. But now they have really evolved into something incredible. And I always thought, like, just based on hearing Phil Spencer, he just sounded so genuine. And who knows, maybe it was just PR talk, but I always believed him when he said that PC gaming was going to be a big deal for Microsoft going into the future, and now you're really seeing that come together. With Xbox Game Pass, you can get every Xbox exclusive. I don't even know if we should be calling them exclusive anymore, but Xbox titles are all on Xbox Game Pass. Halo Reach, Gears 5, Forza Horizon 4, they're all directly available through Game Pass, and that's incredible. The value that it offers is ridiculous, and now we know that every first-party Microsoft title will be coming out on PC, I should say, day in, day in. I think from a Phil Spencer standpoint, he would like to get his games on every platform, because one would have to think, yes, it's great to have somebody in your gaming ecosystem, to have them locked into the PlayStation brand, Xbox brand, juice them for, $50 a year for your online subscription fee, but also, the other argument is, what is the benefit of releasing your game on every other platform? I mean, you can sell so many more copies of a game, you can make these games so much more accessible, and I really think that's what Phil Spencer is going for, and you're really seeing that come together, at least from a Microsoft and Xbox and PC side of things. PlayStation and Nintendo Switch are still kind of outsiders to them, but I think from a Microsoft standpoint, they would try to make that come together. There were even rumblings about Microsoft trying to make Halo Master Chief Collection happen on PlayStation. I don't know the validity of that, but I wouldn't put that past somebody like Phil Spencer, because I really think his goal is to unify all of gaming, which is an incredible goal. Obviously, his ultimate goal is to make the Xbox gaming division very, very profitable. But I think the steps to get there for him is to unify the gaming landscape. At least that's what I can assess from everything that he said. Matt Booty, head of Microsoft Game Studios, recently stated that the intention for the Xbox One and upcoming Series X was to release new titles simultaneously on both consoles, with PC releases as well, where the Series X would offer a higher level of technical polish. The idea would be that this would last for at least a year after the console's release. This led to critics saying that a lack of exclusives could damage the appeal of upgrading. However, in an interview with Gamertag Radio, Phil Spencer, head of Microsoft's Xbox division, stated that it was the intention not to slice players to a single platform for new releases. What he noted exactly was, quote, "Obviously, we built our strategy with Series X. We started with that in mind. We wanted to go build a gaming console that was going to be the absolute best that we could deliver on a television and deliver unique capability to the creators that they could use to create the best games. But you don't want to do that to the exclusion of everybody else, and you also want to do that hand in hand with developers, because developers want to find the wildest audience possible, and yes, there are always trade-offs." I think that's something that everybody has to look at, that there are always trade-offs and you're trying to make the best deal possible. I'm constantly seeing on social media that people are like, oh, this was the obvious decision to make, or Y was the obvious decision to make, X was the obvious decision to make, Z was the obvious decision to make, and I don't think things are that simple. You can't say any one thing was the obvious decision to make. That's very rarely ever the case. The opportunity was there to make Xbox Series X exclusives. There's benefits to that. What are those benefits? You can sell those exclusives as selling points to the Xbox Series X. That'll entice people to buy the Series X, and that'll immediately make them invested into the platform. Therefore, you can sell them Xbox Live Gold subscriptions. You'll ultimately sell more Series X games because now they're into the Series X, whatever the case may be. The other option is, hey, screw the exclusives, let's release our games on every platform that we can, that being the Xbox One, the Series X, and PC, and and that'll make the game sell even better, and that'll allow more people to play those games. Obviously, that's great from the standpoint of you can sell as many games as you want, but there's also a drawback. You're releasing the Series X. Does that mitigate the need for a Series X? And you can easily make that argument. I still think if they go this route, and it looks like they are, the Series X is still going to be a compelling platform for a lot of people, but it also gives the opportunity for these games to grow in popularity. I think that has been one of the main issues on the Xbox One. There have been some good games released on the Xbox One, whether it be Sunset Overdrive, whether it be some of the Halo titles, whether it be Gears 5, but I think for a little bit that popularity was that popularity was limited a little bit based on the notion that there are not that many people with an Xbox One. There are only 44 million people playing on the Xbox One. Therefore, releasing a game like Gears 5 now easily accessible on PC, that opens that game up a little bit more. Fable 4, if that game comes out on every platform, hey, now that game has been opened up to every platform, and I do think there's a lot of positives, and I was of the notion that this is a really bad idea to not put the Xbox Series X as the imperative and release exclusives on that platform, but that's on the notion that Microsoft is completely relying on the Series X to be this barn burner console, and they want to beat out the PlayStation 5, whatever the case may be, but I really don't think that has to be the case. Look, when you talk about the console wars, and I know this is a PC-centric channel, but really, with Microsoft, it really impacts both PC gaming and console gaming. But with the console wars, and this is evident in PC gaming as well when you look at AMD versus Nvidia, it's always about who's gonna win, who is gonna sell more copies, and that doesn't have to be what defines business profitability, what defines business success. There can be two platforms, one sells better than the other, but the other one ends up making more money. That's how this game works. What if Sony goes ahead, releases the PlayStation 5, and they pour so much money into developing these high-key exclusives that, yes, they might ultimately end up selling more consoles, but because Microsoft is releasing their games on every platform, their games might be selling more, they might be limiting costs of their games, whatever. I don't even know, but all of those things are factors that could impact the profitability, and at the end of the day, just because one platform is profitable doesn't mean the other platform has to be this disaster, this negativity, this console that can't make any money. That doesn't have to be the case. The true can be said for AMD and Nvidia, the true can be said for AMD and Intel. Just because one is making an immense amount of profit doesn't mean the other platform or the other product can't make profit as well. There can be two leaders, there can be two successful items. I don't know why we have this idea that, oh, if the PlayStation 4 sells over 100 million units, that means the Xbox One can't be a successful platform. Look, it didn't sell 100 million units, 44 million units is nothing to scoff at, but I will concede the fact that if games are limited to Xbox only, that is going to limit the popularity of the games, and I think that's why it's so good for PC gamers that now, ultimately from your standpoint, you're looking at the landscape and you're like, man, I'm getting all of these Xbox games, I'm getting them all on Game Pass for $5 a month, $10 when it comes out of beta. But this is an absolute steal from the standpoint of a PC gamer, and we can go down the rabbit hole about PC gamers also potentially getting PlayStation exclusives. We already know about Death Stranding. We already know that Horizon Zero Dawn has a possibility. You guys know that I want Bloodborne on PC, but there's so much potential in seeing all of these games come to every platform, and I think from a Microsoft standpoint, that is what they want to do. They've realized that consoles still have a place. There are still a lot of people that want to buy a console. I talk to my friends that are Xbox guys. They're excited for the Series X. They want to buy the Series X. They have that affinity towards Xbox, they have that attachment towards Xbox, and they're more console guys than PC guys, so they're always going to stick with a console, and they'll get the Series X, and they could put out as many Series X as they can to, satisfy the demand, and the demand might be a little bit lower, but is that the end of the world? No, because if they're creating highly compelling games, and especially now, when they're making so many studios, they're curating all of these studios, they're acquiring all of these studios, they're going to be putting a push towards making highly compelling titles. Obsidian's game. You've got Coalition still working on games. You've got Playground apparently working on an open world RPG. Forza's still going to be around. There's a lot of potential for Microsoft, and from a game standpoint that I don't think we've ever seen from them. I think for a long time Microsoft has been slacking from a game development standpoint and creating high quality games. I think the last time they really had a push for creating some marquee titles was on the 360, and that was earlier on in the 360. By 2009, 2010, they really fell off. Once they started introducing Kinect, and they put this big emphasis on Kinect, you saw it, man, the Xbox 360's lineup for the second half of that generation was absolutely atrocious. I will say that until I'm in the grave. I thought the Xbox 360 had some absolutely garbage years for game releases after like 2008. I remember that year when we got Fable 2 and Gears of War 2 within the span of like a month. That's how things should be done. That's the type of Microsoft I want to see. I want to see high quality games like that being released consistently. Not this crap where we get Connect games. Not this crap where we don't get a quality exclusive for 6 months at a time to a year at a time, because that's literally happened with Microsoft. And then when we get an exclusive, it's the same franchises being milked over and over again. You can revisit Halo, you can revisit Gears, you can revisit Forza, but we need some new blood in there. And we did see a little bit of that with like games like Sunset Overdrive, but now a studio like that in Insomniac has been acquired by Sony, but they've definitely acquired other studios to help fill the gaps, and hopefully come 2020, end of this year, 2021, we start seeing those quality games being rolled out. But that's going to conclude this video. Definitely sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Want to hear from you guys. What do you think about Microsoft releasing their games on all platforms, being on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and PC? It's a great thing for gamers, but some might argue that the Series X is going to suffer because of it. Comment with all of your thoughts below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.